Ich bin Jacquelene. Willkommen zu Soulstar Radio. Meine Gast ist Shirley Nichols. Willkommen. Wie geht's?
Wie geht's, Jacqueline?
Oh, sehr gut.
Sehr gut, yeah.
Now we'll speak English.
Yes. That was just a little bit of German.
Just a tiny bit.
Just practicing.
I can talk about how my cows have spots on them.
Well, we could.
Meine Kuh haben Flecken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or did I say bird? I didn't, did I? No, that's
No.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Yes.
Welcome back. It's good to see you.
Lovely to see you, Jacqueline,
So,
as always.
You've got the German sort of story behind you and the language, and
Yes.
you've been to Germany and seen the relatives.
I have, yes, and I've been to Bavaria and Germany and heading off to Poland next year as well.
Beautiful.
So, yes, beautiful countries.
Yes. And
Yes.
so when you went to Bavaria, what sort of things did you see?
Well, that was very interesting. Looking at the meals they eat, for example, lots of beer and lots of sausage. Lots of that happening there, yes. And lots of churches.
Churches.
Yes, and lovely countryside, lots of mountains,
Any goat herds?
plenty of goat
Goat
herds,
herds.
and lots of bells and lots of cows. All of those things happening up on the mountains. Yes, and church bells ringing on a regular basis.
Beautiful. So you were able to reconnect with that heritage while you were there?
Yes, absolutely, and reconnect with relatives as well. And they spoke a language that I couldn't quite understand, so I actually learned a lot about Polish, which is really, really good.
Could they understand you?
They made an effort.
Yeah.
We did have a translator. Yes, but also very religious feeling around that country as well.
Yep.
Yes, and of course I'm very spiritual and
Yeah,
religious,
yeah.
so there was just a little bit of an energy, not quite a match there, but it was very interesting.
Yes.
Yes.
It certainly would be. And
Yes,
it's good for us to travel to different countries and see different people, because we're often getting people from different countries coming to us.
yes, we are.
So it's sort of good to go and see some of those countries, whether it's where we sort of originate from or different other countries where our clients come from as well. Except, of course, let's not travel to Saudi Arabia.
It's probably not a good time
Probably not good. Although they've now got cinemas and they are opening up to the West a bit more. But
Yes,
there
yes.
was a time where that was not a safe thing to do for psychics. And
Yes,
you probably want to look up Saudi laws under witchcraft, which we
Yes.
come under. So let's not go there.
no,
But
no.
when we're sort of looking at, like, even with psychic development, I get people every now and again, I don't know whether I think you would get this as well sometimes, where, hi, I'm going to have a reading today. I'm at the front of your office right now. And, I'm very psychic. 4 weeks ago, I didn't believe in any of this. And, and it's like, yeah, so the lifts are out in my building. I'm not actually scheduled to be there as of 3 months ago for today, because I thought the lifts would be out today, which hasn't happened in 14 years that I've been there. I'm booked out somewhere else. And what was the third one? I don't know, but,
Exactly. So it really shows that they actually weren't tuned into the
They weren't tuned
situation. They were of another mind set altogether.
Yeah, and so when you are sort of going, well, I'm really excited, I'm having these amazing psychic experiences, and they may well be doing that.
It's quite possible.
But patience.
Patience is a virtue.
Patience is a virtue.
And look, with any good psychic, I mean, you would expect to wait, really, to see a good psychic. If there's a psychic, if you're available straight away, how good would you be?
Well, you're not busy.
If you're not busy, it's
There
not a good
might
thing.
be a
It's not a
reason.
good thing for a psychic, is it? Not to be busy. Yes,
No.
It says volumes.
It's either that or they've had 4 teeth extracted.
Yes, in one day.
One day I actually had that, and
Yes.
I had another text message, and I'm literally, I've got stuff in here, and I've gotten home after surgery that morning with 4 teeth out, and it's like,
But I expect you to be available to do a reading.
oh, hi, I just found out I'm psychic. I'd like to speak to you today. No.
How dare you have your teeth
Yeah.
extracted today?
I actually, one time, I actually broke my leg on the dance floor, which was hilarious because I'd had a couple of wines, which is, anyway, and I'd forgotten there was a train on the back of my dress. And so I twirled,
Yes.
my body twirled,
Yes.
my foot didn't. So instead of facing this way, the foot was now facing this way.
Yes.
And there was this guy on the dance floor who goes, stand up. And I'm like, have you seen my foot? And so in the hospital, it was really hilarious because there's this guy walking along in a white coat, like the other guys in a white coat, and he comes on and goes, And he's going like this at the end of my bed. This is just not good enough. And he'd go off. and then a nurse would come along and she'd look at my stats and, how are you feeling? And I'm going, in a lot of pain. Pain was code word for, I'm seeing lots of dead people right now who are watching me. And I'd like that to stop now.
Yes.
I'd like to just have some time off. And they thought that meant give Jacqueline more painkillers, which, of course, made that worse.
Yes.
And then, anyway. So this guy kept coming along in his white and white jacket, and I wondered who he was. And he had dark hair, and he's very tall and very pale and very mathematical and logical and not at all empathetic. And eventually, at about 6 o'clock in the morning, he actually started really berating me. And then he pulled on my broken leg. He said, how selfish of you. I can't believe you've done this. I was supposed to see you at 9 a.m. this morning. And I went, oh, you're dead, aren't you? And he goes, oh, how can you say that? And off he goes. So, meanwhile, I had my mother ring everyone on the client list. Look, I'm terribly sorry. Jacqueline's in hospital. She can't see you today. Surprise. Very sorry. Even psychics get hurt sometimes.
They do, yes.
And I did know that night that I didn't want to go to this ball.
Yes, yeah.
Well,
we do have feelings about that.
We have feelings, but it was like I was stuck going to this charity ball.
Sometimes we get committed to going.
You get committed to go.
Yeah, that's so true.
And so anyway, when I did get out of hospital, I rang the 9 a.m. person first, and I said, can you just let me know, was it mediumship you were wanting, and was that to do with a man who looks like this, acted like that, and da-da-da? And she goes, oh, you're describing my husband. I went, really? She goes, yeah. And I went, okay. Well, she says, he died a year ago on the anniversary of that appointment. And I went, and I'm sort of describing his behaviour, and she goes, that's him. And I went, tell me something, if he was like that, why did you want to see him? Why did you want to speak to him? She goes, I wanted to know if he'd changed.
Well, I think you've got your answer there, Jacqueline. Well, that shows that we don't always change.
Not all of them do, but I think what he was doing was he was just saying, this is how I was. I'm going to present myself to you as how I was.
Yes,
so you
exactly.
can say this to her.
Yes.
And then she can know you really were in touch with me.
That's right.
Even though I might not be like that now, but here's what I'm going to show you.
Yeah.
In my behaviour.
Well, that was actually good, wasn't it?
Yeah, kind of
And she needed to hear that from you.
Yes, but probably it's really interesting when we're patients.
Yes.
And we don't have patience, or perhaps we do, but when spirit is sort of like, hey, still here.
That's so true.
I guess how do we switch off in hospitals? Like I sort of found my own way in that hospital room to switch off. But what sort of things do you recommend if someone's sort of new and they're, oh my God, I'm at the supermarket, it's all so big?
Well, if they're out in the public and they're shopping and they've opened themselves up to energies, I would say pull your energy field in for a start. Just retract it and bring it close around your body. And if you've got that much empathy, get in and get out as quickly as possible. Actually,
I used to do that.
Yeah,
duck and dive,
get in and get
online
straight
shopping.
Out. Yeah, it's a really good thing online shopping if you're psychic, isn't it? Because you can also pick up things as well, you know, and there's that need for cleansing and grounding.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you go into these public places.
But then, see, sometimes we also have these crazy things happen, and it's like
we do.
That was so stupid of me. How did I leave myself open for that? Because you're human. Because you too needed to be, taken back to basics and go, oh yeah, because it's instructive for other people too.
It is, because what we learn from our experiences, we can then share and show others as well.
And laugh about it. And
laughter is really, really important, isn't it? Especially if you're psychic.
We need a lot of laughter.
We do, because a lot of seriousness in what we do as well.
Incredibly.
We need to keep the vibration lifted, don't we?
Oh, yeah.
A lot of sadness with people and a lot of very difficult life situations.
Yeah, we can really hear it all from all elements of society, literally all elements. Someone's ringing me now.
Yes. Because they know that you're busy.
So they know you're busy. That's why they're calling.
And yes.
You've got nothing to do, do you?
Yeah, no. We'll take the call now.
Let's take a call here, though.
Yes, let's do that.
We've got Lauren from Oceanside in California. Are you there, Lauren?
Yes, I'm here.
Hello and welcome to the show. We've got Shirley Nichols, psychic medium here, and also myself, Jacqueline. We would love to do a reading for you if you'd like to ask a question or something.
Okay, what's going on with my love life? And is any dead people watching out for me?
Good question. You've really got to trust in your intuition there, Lauren. I actually feel that you're a very intuitive woman, actually. You've got a lot of empathy, and I believe you've got a really good understanding of what is actually going on with your love life, and I actually feel that what we're helping you with is actually clarity.
Yes.
But I think we're actually going to confirm what you already know about your love life. I mean, I'm looking here at counselling as well, or yeah, I'm getting that sense of counselling. Would you be looking to get some counselling over the relationship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel it would be a really good thing, and I'm feeling too like individual counselling, not just couple counselling, like actually you sitting down personally one-on-one and really getting your feelings out. Don't you think so, Jackie?
Oh, I'm right there. I've got the Nine of Wands mentally just right in front of me, and it's all this emotional stuff.
Yeah.
And it's feeling, well, I feel like a forest fire, but that's not attached to you, darling. Your part is more, I'm really overwhelmed, and it's like difficulty seeing the forest for the trees. So you sort of, what can be helpful is if you visualise hugging a tree, and also if you visualise the green of the forest. And if you've got something like sage essential oil as against sage smoke, I'm going more the sage essential oil. And I'd be not, having it right up here because, but just if you can breathe in that sage smell, or even if you can visualise being in a forest and, that beautiful smell of moss, and dew on moss. If you really breathe in those kinds of smells and really opens up your chest, your heart, that emotional space to breathe, because there's a lot of this sort of feeling quite sort of, restricted, caught in the middle of this, don't know where to go, what am I doing? Oh, I'm emotionally confused, and I'm trying to think my feelings and feel my thinkings, and what do I do? I don't know. So it's about getting back into that heart space in a very calm way, rather than, you can't control this situation. You can control yourself, but you can't control the situation of the other person. It's really, and you're not into controlling other people, but you're like, you want to work out, and it's like, so it's really about bringing it back down and, soothing, calming, and clearing, even the smell of pine forest, or cedar forest, just these sorts of woody, earthy kinds of clearing smells, like spearmint as an essential oil. It has got a very green energy to it. It's why they often call spearmint green. You've also got, the sage essential oil. Once again, we're on that vibration there. So I really want to bring in those colours, those energies, so that it just helps you loosen up this whole area to be able to speak a truth without feeling like, you're going to be gaslit or stonewalled, but also so that you're not confusing yourself, is how I would put it. Yeah. I get very... Yeah. I get very strong with the need to go inward, go inside, and a time for reflection and a time possibly for meditation as well, and really just sitting there and thinking things through very strongly. I feel that you are really struggling to be able to speak your truth within this relationship, and I feel like maybe you just need to step back a little bit or think about just stepping back until you know what to do next. It's entirely up to you. And bring a bit of laughter into your situation. We were just talking about that, weren't we? Yeah, that's why we were talking about it. Try and inject a little bit of humour into what is clearly a very difficult situation around you. I also see new beginnings work-wise for you too, and it's of a very positive nature coming in as well, and I feel that'll bring a lot of balance back into your life as well. Okay, but Jacqueline's right. Keep that heart space open and bring that green energy in around you. It's very healing for you. Yeah. How does that feel, Lauren?
Is there my grandpa watching for me on the other side or no?
Definitely. I feel there's actually 3 people connecting from the other side, and he's one of them. There's 2 gentlemen coming through and a lady for you as well. I feel with the gentleman that you were very closely connected childhood with him, and I feel he's very much a guiding light in the situation for you, and I feel like he's watching you develop and grow emotionally within the situation, and I feel that he's encouraging you to go inwards with this situation. And I definitely
Do you know their
feel
names?
You talk to him, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you
What?
talk to him. You talk to him, Lauren. I feel that you put out to him for help.
What did he say?
Yeah. Yeah, she's having a bit
Yeah.
of trouble.
Are you having trouble hearing us? Yes. Lauren, I was saying that I feel that you do talk to this gentleman, that you, in your mind and in your thoughts, you ask him for help for going forward. And I feel also that sometimes you feel him around you as well. Okay. And he comes in with the fragrance as well. So maybe that's that woody fragrance, Jacqueline, that you're picking up
I
on.
think he's wearing Old Spice.
Old Spice, yes, yes.
My
Yes,
grandpa used to smell like, used to smoke tobacco.
Okay,
Yep.
okay. Well, that's kind of a woodyish kind of, well, close.
It's pungent.
It's pungent,
But
yes.
he's got an Old Spice smell to him, so I'm wondering if he wore aftershave that smelled a bit like that. I'm sort of reminded of those old Norska, Norska salt,
Yes.
ads back in the 70s, and lots of pine everywhere
Yes.
on the walls. Back when paneling was a thing.
Yes.
Although that's become a thing again. I do feel that Grandpa's energy there, and I do feel that he's quite cheeky in his humour. And that's why the lightheartedness and the joviality is coming through to help lift you through this situation. So we hope that helps you, Lauren, and makes sense to you. And hopefully you've heard us being able to speak there.
Okay, thank you.
You're very welcome, my darling. And thank you so much for calling in. It's really interesting. We always I
Yes.
find on this show, talk about stuff, and it's like, la, 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 about this thing, and then, boom, caller. Oh, there you go.
Exactly.
Match.
There's a correlation all
Yeah.
the time, isn't there,
Yeah.
between what's coming through and then what happens?
Yeah.
Constantly, actually.
Yes.
It's amazing, isn't it, how
It's a
that
good
happens?
thing.
It's
It's a
a
good
really good thing.
Now,
Yes.
we've also got another caller. No! If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. We've got Yvonne in Ontario, Canada. I love the Canadian call.
Oh,
I love
yes.
them all, but Canada, or I was almost going to call it Canada.
Yes.
But Canada is got a special place in my heart. Are you there, Yvonne?
Hi, yes, I'm here. Hi.
And it's a beautiful part of the world.
Yes, she does. Yes, absolutely. Without a question. We don't have bias at all. Yeah.
No.
There's a lot of very strong throat heart energy there with you, and the ability to speak your piece when you need to, usually for a cause, usually for other people, and that you're very much standing up for people when that's a really necessary, important thing that you've done a number of times in your life, I would feel there, Yvonne. And I do think that you normally can speak your mind usually in a clear way.
Yes.
Very calm way usually, but sometimes, hey, sometimes we just have to let it rip. And I really have to congratulate you for that, because there is absolutely no doubt about who you are as a person, because you live and breathe and speak that, and you are that. What you mean is what you say is what you mean.
Absolutely.
But you're never doing it from a mean place. So it's always from this heart space. It's very turquoise where you are, and there's a lot of orange as well, which is interesting because they're actually the two polarities of each other.
Yeah.
And also a lot of coral. And I was actually seeing coral with you before when you were speaking to Lauren, but I'm actually also seeing the orange and corals coming in with Yvonne as well. So
Well, orange means confidence to me. That's how I feel that.
It's also that creative centre, that wisdom, and coral is that giving out, and sometimes saying, yeah, okay, because we can give out the energy, and sometimes people are just, but, you're still that giving person regardless, but you're luckily, particularly in the last 5 years, a lot better at going, that's enough effort right now, thanks. You're able to pull back a bit. But the question you wanted to ask us today, darling?
Okay, I want to ask about dreams. I think I have vivid dreams. Seems like
Yes.
you're telling me something. It's all good, but there's times I can't remember, but I want to go back into the dream.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, sometimes you can actually go back into it the next night. Just by setting the intention, close your eyes, you can actually go back into it.
Yeah.
I've done it before. It's possible.
Yeah.
Sometimes I would expect there'd be headaches there. I'm not sure if that's a physical thing or whether it's a lot on the mind. But I think there may be at times like actual headaches with you. Sometimes your third eye is quite open. Other times it's like that. Too much information and too much input. So, yeah, sometimes it's just about clearing that. And, remember to be kind to you. Sometimes for you, before you go to sleep, it's just going to be helpful to put a bit of a shield around yourself, maybe a bit of a pink bubble, whatever colour you're really drawn to that's right for you that night, to help you shield away so that you're not kind of getting a lot of stray energies of people passing through the neighbourhood who might no longer be.
Okay. Okay.
I feel so, yes. Right, yes.
Sponge-like.
Yes.
So you sort of got to sometimes sort of bubble around that and go, yeah, that's enough tonight. That would, I think, be contributing to why some of your dreams you don't remember, because you're kind of psychically passing out, we might call it, because you sort of got a bit of an overload there. And so it's like, too much stimulus shutting down. Other times you actually really are getting prophetic dreams there, don't you?
Yeah, I agree. I feel it too. And there are messages in there. So I'd actually maybe even have a journal by your bed.
Yep.
And actually, if you do wake up, write things down, okay? Because it's in your subconscious, but there's actual messages filtering through too. So definitely take notice, all right? And I've just pulled the card, the Six of Swords, and it's about journeying. It's about journeying in your dreams, all right? So I do feel you travel far and wide in your sleep state. I actually feel you're very busy in your sleep state, to be honest, and I'll be surprised if you weren't tired when you wake up in the morning, because there's a lot of activity going on there. Okay, maybe instead of that, less holidays on the other side when you sleep.
Aren't you doubling as Florence not walking through hospitals and people are seeing her going, is that Florence? No, someone else called in.
Yes. So there's a lot going on in your sleep state. I totally agree.
That makes sense to you,
We've got a good, haven't we?
You've got to have it.
You have to have it.
Just, yep.
Yes.
It's about normalising the abnormal. Help us.
Yeah, we do that every day, don't we?
We have to.
Yes, we do.
But does that make sense and help you there, Yvonne?
Yeah, it does actually. I feel like I'm always on the go, even though I'm home. I'm always like my mind is so clear. But I just also, is there anyone coming into my life as a partner?
Options, I would say.
Yeah, I get two.
Okay, so that's what I was saying.
Oh, you're going two. I was getting two at the same time.
I'm going to leave that one alone. Going to put them back out of the race. No, they were there for 5 minutes. We're getting rid of them. We're back with two.
We're back to two.
Two is great.
Yep.
Just the other one, back bow.
Yeah, but good friendship there too.
Very good friendship.
Yes.
I think. Right. Number 3 may also be turned into a friendship, but sort of at first it's like, I'm not so sure about this. But the other two, they're really, really good.
Yeah. Possible marriage a little bit later on coming up in the cards as well for you, but not immediately.
No.
Not yet. We're not ready for it yet.
But also really thinking about he's not in a race.
No, well, that's right.
Which is good.
That's very good.
Us women should not be in a race.
No.
When we're looking at partnering, because sometimes you don't quite realise what you've hitched your wagon up to, if you know what I mean. So it's really know that and be sure of it.
Yes, and you can be on your own without being lonely as well. You're a very independent lady, so there's no race here, as Jacqueline's saying. Yeah. Okay, take your time, but love is there for you, and potentially marriage as well in the future for sure.
I think she's got a really committed relationship coming up, but it's a bit like the lucky dip prize at the school folks. If you're not quite happy, just put that in the bin over there and go again.
Yes,
and again.
Dip again, yes.
Dip again.
Yes.
It's a bit like, that at the movies they now have and it's like, you got the lolly, or you got the dummy this time. Better spit that one out. I think you're going to be very happy in the end here, but it's just, you take your time. You're under no obligation, despite men sometimes thinking that you might be. They can be a bit persistent with you there. I think it's because they get quite attached with Yvonne.
Yes.
And then they think that they've got some kind of rights here, which, sorry, buddy, try again. I do feel and concur absolutely here with Shirley. You do end up with the right one.
Absolutely, I agree. 100%.
Hope that helps you, Yvonne.
That's, yeah. Not very clear, but I got a little bit of information.
Okay, yeah.
You'll be able to hear it back on the podcast and get the rest of it. And you can always connect with us as well on Soulstar Radio. If you go onto Facebook and just type in Soulstar Radio, if there's anything we're saying you're not making sense of, we can clarify that for you. And you can also connect with us on the website, which is soulstar.media. More than happy to connect with you there as well. So thank you so much there for your call, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I'm just... there is... The 60 seconds suddenly turned up.
Oh, it did. Very quickly,
Hopefully
too.
we're not cut off. Thank you so much for coming in again,
Absolute
Shirley. We'll catch
pleasure.
up with you next time.
Yes.
In the meantime, may you all be happy all week long and may no storms come and beat you in the legal system. Lots of love. Catch you next time. So
Bye.
Channel. Bye.
Bye.